This is Matthew Kratter's Bitcoin University. Today I want to talk about buying the top 10 cryptos, and this video is made in response to Samp43, who after watching my video from yesterday called Debunking Common Bitcoin Myths, had this comment to make. These arguments about what coin is better is pretty dumb. Let's get real. Literally no one is here for the quote-unquote technology. They're here to make money, and I'd say a good way to invest in a market is to diversify. Being exposed to a few top 10 coins, I'd say, is better than being exposed to one. So we're going to be talking about diversification across multiple cryptos today. And obviously what he is referring to is the ranking of cryptocurrencies by market cap, as shown here by coinmarketcap.com. We have Bitcoin at the top, as always, going down into the tens of thousands of coins, but we're going to be looking at the top 10 coins. Cardano used to be in the top 10, but it's had such poor performance this year, being down 41%, that it will not be covered today because it's on the path to irrelevance. So let's break down all 10 top cryptocurrencies as measured by market cap. There are two of them that we can throw out immediately. This is number 3, ranking USDT, Tether, the US dollar stablecoin, and also USDC, which is another US dollar stablecoin. These are the top 2 US dollar stablecoins, with Tether having most of the market share. The reason you want to throw these out is they don't have any upside. There's no point investing in dollars. It's one thing if you're in the global south and you can't get your hands on dollars, that's one thing. But if you just want the upside of crypto, there's no point owning dollars. These are centralized US dollar stablecoins, as we said, with lots of counterparty risk. Stablecoins can't go higher than $1 for any extended period of time, and this is by design. They're meant to be pegged to the US dollar. They give you full exposure to the US dollar melting ice cube, which loses purchasing power every single year, like most fiat currencies, while adding an extra layer of counterparty risk. And this is because your US dollars are being held by Tether or held by the custodian for USDC. Also, if the peg ever breaks, these stable coins can go to zero. We've had stable coins go to zero in the past. So basically, US dollar stable coins like USDT and USDC have 0% upside and 100% downside risk. They can also be shut off at a moment's notice, so they don't have any censorship resistance either. Even if you're holding it in cold storage, it can be turned off. Here's an example from December 2023 when Tether froze all OFAC-Sanctioned addresses that were holding USDT, and here's an example of USDC being frozen. So you could have this in a hardware wallet. It doesn't matter. It's backed by US dollars or US treasuries sitting somewhere, and these are not censorship resistant. They're not inflation resistant. They're basically just equivalents, crypto equivalents of fiat dollars. That takes us to number 4, BNB. This is a centralized exchange coin issued by Binance, which is basically under the thumb and control of the US government now, if not explicitly, implicitly, after being taken over and CZ was put in jail. He's just reemerged from jail. So this is a highly centralized coin. It's the native token that rides also on the Binance blockchain, the BNB blockchain, that is run by Binance, which again is under the thumb and control of the US government. If Binance runs into any big problems as an exchange, as a corporation, BNB goes to zero. This is not a coin that has a lot of use cases, except, for example, maybe paying commissions on Binance or something like that. Here is CZ giving you the secret signal, which says, danger, do not buy BNB. If you're enjoying this video so far, please help to support this channel. Hit the subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, question, suggestion for a future video, as well as share this video with a friend or family member. That really helps out. Now we move on to number 5 by market cap. This is, of course, Solana, a VC-backed, a venture capitalist-backed, centralized competitor to Ethereum. It's been stealing market share from Ethereum because Solana is much more centralized and thus has better UX and has lower fees as well. So if you want a more centralized captured coin than even Ethereum, Solana is your bet. Solana is also best known for having one network outage after another. It had one recently in 2024, and it's been down on average every 2 months over the past few years. As I said, it's a VC-backed coin, and I'll link to this in the description notes below, where you have some prominent Silicon Valley investors laughing about how they're going to dump their Solana tokens on naive retail investors. So you're really on the other side of this trade if you own Solana. Moving on to number 8, Dogecoin. This is literally a meme coin. It's literally a joke. This is one IQ test that you really don't want to fail. Crypto then, we solved the Byzantine generals problem and created a global decentralized currency Crypto now really beginning in 2020 and 2021 when Doge became popular. Coin has dog. So this is something that is, of course, a joke. It's not going anywhere. And I guess ladies love Doges, so that would be the only reason. Also less than the price of a McChicken. These are good reasons to own Dogecoin. So don't fail the IQ test and get serious about Doge. Currently ranked number 7 by market cap, XRP, which was really in the top 5 until its disastrous performance in 2024. XRP and the parent company Ripple, holders of XRP, this probably has the highest concentration of low IQ holders in the crypto space, with the possible exception of Hex. XRP is a centralized coin that was issued by Ripple and dumped on retail investors to fund Ripple's software development. Had 100% pre-mine. The XRP ledger, the XRPL, is controlled by Ripple, who gets to choose the authoritative nodes that everyone has to copy. It's a centralized project that's easy to sue, and it's been the victim of multiple SEC lawsuits as a result. You obviously can't sue Bitcoin, so the SEC has not sued Bitcoin. And XRP continues to lose value to Bitcoin even after achieving a few legal victories against the SEC. This is a chart of XRP versus Bitcoin, and we can see that it continues to bleed out and hit new yearly lows against Bitcoin. So a terrible decision if you invest in this. And also I'll link to this because of course there's gonna be some Ripple tards in the comments saying that Ripple did not create XRP. So I'll put this definitive rebuttal in the description notes. Moving on to number 2 by market cap, Ethereum. Huge pre-mine. This is one we've talked about a lot on the channel, so I don't have to go into too much depth. You can look through my channel and find probably 100 videos on Ethereum. Ethereum had a huge pre-mine, a huge insider allocation and pre-sale, and then it moved to proof of stake in 2022, thus solidifying control by these pre-mine beneficiaries. Under proof of stake, the more coins you have, the more control you have over the protocol. And so if you were one of the beneficiaries of the pre-mine, this move to proof of stake was very good for you in terms of control. The other problem with Ethereum, of course, is it has this living, active, weird, nose-picking founder who wields the bully pulpit over development changes and has some vile personal views as well. Here we can see him mining some ETH back when ETH was proof of work. We can see here that he is now proposing yet another change to the network, saying that people should be allowed to stake fewer Ethereum. So this is a protocol that's not stable at all. It's constantly being changed year after year, hard fork after hard fork. And this is Vitalik's view on CP, on child porn. I can easily argue that doing heroin imposes risks on others, or simple possession of child porn does not. This is not the kind of guy I would sleep well at night holding his coins. As we said back in 2022, ETH definitively destroyed itself by moving from proof of work to proof of stake, and to this day it continues to bleed out against Bitcoin, hitting new lows in the past few days. Moving on to number 10 by market cap, TRON or TON coin. This is the same toxic cocktail as Ethereum. It has a rough origin that's tied to Telegram and now is somewhat independent of Telegram. Of course, the founder of Telegram's in trouble. We don't know how much of this he still owns, but basically TON has the same toxic cocktail as Ethereum, a large pre-mine combined with proof of stake consensus mechanism. This means again that beneficiaries of the pre-mine, insiders, have the greatest control over the protocol. And we can see here that 98.55% was pre-mined. And then there are these various lockups that are going to be coming due in the next couple of years. So you can expect a lot of dumping on people by insiders. Number 9 by market cap, TRON, scammy ICO coin with a large pre-mine plus proof of stake. Again, that same toxic cocktail. It's found surprisingly good market fit as the main payment rails for Tether for US dollar stablecoins, USDT, in the global south, and in doing so has taken market share of Tether from Ethereum as people seek out the rails with the lowest transaction fees. And TRON transaction fees are much lower than Ethereum transaction fees. So if you end up using USDT in Argentina, for example, it's probably going to be on the TRON network. But again, TRON could easily lose that market share to different crypto rails that have even lower transaction fees for USDT. For example, like Bitcoin's liquid network that allows you to move USDT around on it. So just as Tether moved from Ethereum to TRON, it's very likely that at some point Tether will move from TRON to another coin with cheaper transaction fees. This is that classic race to the bottom, which means that profits will be squeezed. TRON is, of course, controlled as well by Justin Sun. We can see here the initial token allocations for many of these coins that we've talked about, from BNB to TRON. The red or pink shows the insider allocation. So for TRON, 26% insider pre-mine. This is the problem with diversification in crypto. You are fishing in a pool filled with gross, deformed, disgusting fish, where almost every single project is a scam. Because of this, diversification in crypto, even if you're looking at the top market cap coins, really is deworsification. Diversification, in this case, because the pool is filled with these ugly, disgusting fish, is deworsification. So if you move from just owning Bitcoin to owning equal amounts of these top 10 coins, you've actually destroyed your portfolio. As Warren Buffett points out, diversification itself is a protection against ignorance. It makes very little sense to those who know what they're doing. So the more you study Bitcoin, the more you realize you can just be in Bitcoin and you don't have to be in these other scammy cryptocurrencies. This is what the market tells you as well. If we look at the rankings by market cap since 2015, Bitcoin is king. Bitcoin has always been at the top. Even the second place has been shared by Ripple, by Ethereum, etc. We have Litecoin here, which has dropped off the charts. We always have these new coins that appear and then disappear. And so you're much better off owning the superior digital asset. As Michael Saylor likes to say, there is no second best. There's only Bitcoin. And one of the reasons for this is that Bitcoin is the last proof of work coin left standing. Its competitors in the space, since Ethereum gave up on proof of work, the closest competitors to Bitcoin are just complete jokes like Dogecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, which are respectively 23 times slower, 206 times slower, 17x slower than Bitcoin when you look at how many confirmations are equivalent in terms of rewriting the chain. So Bitcoin is actually much faster than these other proof of work coins. That's something I've talked about in other videos. Maybe it's time for a review video on that. Also, in terms of, this always comes up in the comment section, in terms of saying, oh, I'm just going to trade these altcoins in order to get more Bitcoin. That's also a really, really bad idea. So I'll put a link again to this video in the description notes so you can watch it. Next video will be on Saturday, October 19th. So I'll be taking the next 2 days off. In the meantime, you can check out all my free material on YouTube. I have over 1,000 videos now on Bitcoin. I'll put a link to this in the description notes below. And then if you want to check out my paid material, I'll put a link to that as well. You can check out my paid course where I teach you a lot about how to run your own node, how to do multi-sig, how to do cold storage, how to buy non-KYC Bitcoin, how to do coin join, etc., as well as the Bitcoin forum, where we've been having some very interesting discussions and going deeper down the rabbit hole, as well as my live classes. There'll be a new live class coming up probably a week from Saturday, and there's a list here of all of my recorded previous live classes that includes node running, coin joining, non-KYC Bitcoin, borrowing against your Bitcoin, how to use cold card Q, etc. Lots of very interesting material, so I encourage you to check that out as well. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the subscribe and like buttons. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I publish my next video, and let me know your questions and comments in the comment section below. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.